Alright, so in this video I want to talk about one of the first and biggest rookie mistakes I see when people are starting Amazon, which is literally just flushing money down the drain the second you've started for no apparent reason. Now if you're interested in this type of content, stick around to the end of the video, but without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, I see this type of thing all the time in my Facebook group where people are saying, I'm looking to sell on Amazon, I've done a bit of research on YouTube, maybe a bit of research on Google, I have kind of a little understanding of how the process works, I've gone and opened my Seller Central account, what do I do next? And this is the mistake that I really see, and I can understand why people do it, because normally with anything else you would normally go and do this. If you was to go and sell on eBay, the first thing you do is open an eBay account. If you wanted to do almost any other thing, like I don't know, Shopify, you would create a Shopify store. But with Amazon, the first thing to do isn't to create your Seller Central account, and really it's just kind of flushing money down the drain, because that Seller Central account for a professional account is going to cost you £30 a month. Now, if you're someone who would like to get that early and would like to just look around it, get a feel for just kind of how the site works, just have a look around where everything is, then that's completely fine. But I really don't think you need to do that. It's kind of a waste of time to do it now. Instead, you should wait and set a Seller Central account up later. And I'm going to tell you exactly when to do that later in this video. Because if you just wait to open your Seller Central account to later in the Amazon journey, then you're going to have ample time to look around Seller Central, understand how it works. There's a dedicated time or a dedicated period where you can do that, where everything is kind of on hold, nothing else is going. So you can have time to look around, you can have time to create a listing and then delete it. You can have time to create a listing, create a shipping plan and delete it. You can do these things as many times as you want and just delete them after. There's no limit on how many times you can do things. So there's a time and a place for that, but it's not when you first start. It's not spending 30 quid a month on an Amazon account when it could take you 1-2 months to find a product if you haven't found one already. So it's just kind of a real big waste of time just spending that money every single month when you don't really need to. You can go on the Amazon account later on in the Amazon journey. Now, I know it used to be possible to contact Amazon if you haven't actually listed a product yet or any of that kind of stuff to get that £30 every month refunded to you until you actually find a product and launch it. Now, I'm not sure exactly if this is the case anymore, but I seem to remember seeing some posts in the Amazon group saying this is no longer allowed and not no longer doing this. But if that's not the case, then please feel free to correct me below in the comment section. But from my understanding, you can no longer do that. So it really doesn't make sense to open your Amazon account at the start. So with all that said, when should you start your Amazon account? Well, in my opinion, the best time to start it is maybe a week or two before you're about to order your first product. So you found a product, okay, that's great. You've gone on Alibaba, you searched for suppliers, you found the one, you're talking to maybe 15, 20 suppliers, you're narrowing that down to maybe 3 or 4, you order samples from the best ones, the samples get here, you check the samples, you're happy, okay, you measure them back, a bit more negotiating, and you're ready to order your product. Now, somewhere in that kind of stage of from the samples to negotiating, I would open up your Amazon Seller Central account. If you're serious about this product and you think this is going to be the one, you know the margins are working, you're very, very confident even before negotiating, you're confident you can get a good price to make those margins work, you want to open your Seller Central account and create the listing for that product. Now, the reason I recommend to do this is just to make sure there are no restrictions, there's no just kind of hidden things about that product that Amazon's going to hit you with before you've actually placed your order. And it also gives you time to verify your account to make sure that everything's smooth, to make sure there's no issues, because the last thing you want is to place an order for maybe thousands of pounds and create the listing after and then realize, okay, you need this, there's all these restrictions, there's HAZMAT, there's MSDS, there's your account has been blocked for some reason because you haven't verified your bank account or verified your company. So these are the type of issues you can run into. Of course, they're all very easy to sort out, but you don't want the stress of trying to sort them out when you've got thousands of pounds of goods on order that are going to get here in, say, 30 days. So these aren't the kind of stresses you want. You want to know all that stuff is completely fine, cleared and done before you've actually ordered your product. So that's my recommendation for opening your Amazon account. And people sometimes they really stress out about this, that I'm not ready to open my listing, I don't have my photography ready, I haven't done my keyword research. That's completely fine. You don't need to open up a full listing and create it and make it all beautiful. I tend to actually call this just a dummy listing. You can open up a listing with literally the bare minimum of hardly any title, just literally hardly any details at all. It doesn't have any pictures, it doesn't have anything, just to actually have the listing there. All that really matters is that you've put it in the right category, you've got the right product, and you've got, obviously you've used your EA barcode, and just making sure that everything's running smoothly. Make sure that your account's up and it's just not blocked. all that stuff's completely fine. As long as you've got the bare listing there, you'll know if there's any hassle, you'll know if there's any issues with the product. So that's all you really need to open your Seller Central account. You don't need to have everything ready, because you can do all these things when you've ordered your product. It's going to take me 30 days for them to make the product, 30 days for them to ship the product, and during that time you can get beautiful photography, you can get amazing keyword research and do your title, do your description, do your bullet points. So there really is no rush to open your Seller Central account and waste that £30 every single month until you get to those stages. So with all that said, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you are someone who is looking to sell on Amazon and you want a step-by-step process which is going to show you absolutely everything from start to finish with my personal support, check out the AZ Academy, one of the first links in the description below. I guarantee you would not be disappointed with any of that. But with all that said, I really appreciate it if you give the channel a subscribe, click the bell notification right next to that big red button, give it a thumbs up, comment down below any views or thoughts on the video, if you agree with me about opening up your Seller Central account then, and if you know anything about if you can get that money refunded every month. I'd be interested to know if that ability is still available to people. But again, with all that said, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.